Hi, welcome to Clemson News Now. My name is Mitchell Green.
And I'm Elizabeth Gio. On November 26th, the Clemson-Carolina game went down in Death Valley. And today we're going to talk a little bit about that. First, joining us is student Margaret Brown, who's going to talk about some of the controversies that went on. Hi, Margaret. Thanks for joining us.
How's it going, Margaret?
Thank y'all for having me.
Of course.
So did you attend the game this weekend?
I did. Did y'all?
Yes.
Watching.
You watched
Yeah, I
it.
couldn't get back home, but yeah, real nail butter.
It was my last game as a student, so I was there
Yes.
to see it.
Oh.
So did you hear about any of the controversies that surrounded this rivalry game?
Yes, I did. Before the game even started, usually coaches shake hands, and Will Muschamp, the coach for Carolina, just didn't even shake Dabo's hand.
Oof.
So that was very rude and just unsportsmanlike of him.
Yeah, how did that make you feel being a student and watching that other university just kind of disregard our team at the very beginning before even any play had even started yet?
Well, first thing I thought was classic Carolina. They don't have the best track record, classic Clemson fan, not
Yeah.
liking them.
Naturally.
But I thought it was really weird, especially for a coach to not shake the hand of the other coach.
Yeah,
'cause-
pretty unprofessional
Yeah.
in like the most professional field around. No pun intended.
But yeah, did you have fun at the game though?
I did. I had so much fun. Definitely happy it was a beat down and that my last game ended well.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Any
All right.
closing words about your final football game as a student?
Go Tigers. That's all I got.
All right, well, thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you so much
Thank
for
y'all for
joining us,
having me.
Margaret.
Alrighty. There also happened to be another controversy regarding Clemson's use of timeouts. Do you think you can explain it a little better than I can?
Yeah, sure. So as we mentioned before, this was the last home football game for all of the seniors. So this was also the players' last time playing in Death Valley, which if I'm guessing it was an emotional experience for myself, so I'm sure it's a very emotional
Yeah.
experience for the players as
I can
well.
only imagine.
Yeah, we put in all those hours of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears on that field. So with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Dabo called a timeout to honor the senior players. And they stood in a circle in a little huddle while the Carolina fans were ready to receive the ball. So some Carolina fans felt that this was rude and it kind of rubbed them the wrong way. However, it was a very nice tribute from a Clemson fan's perspective to the senior players who were leaving Death Valley, and that was the last time Deshaun was on the field during this game. Clemson had a 49-7 lead at this point, so it wasn't like Carolina was trying to make a run for it still.
Gonna make a comeback at
Yeah.
any point.
But we have someone joining us today who actually knows a Carolina player who was kind of rubbed the wrong way by this situation. So joining us now is Sarah Kate.
Hey.
How's it going?
How are
Happy
you?
to have
Having
you.
me.
Yeah.
Thank
Glad you're
you.
here.
I'm excited to talk about it. Actually, I was surprised when I was reading the article on some Carolina players feeling that they were disrespected during the game, and I saw a familiar name. One of the quotes actually from one of the players, this guy went to my high school, his name is DJ Smith, and he said that he felt very disrespected in the last quarter of the game. And not to bash on him, he's great, but when he was playing football for my high school team, he was not always the most gracious loser, and he likes to win. So I definitely saw a correlation there, and it didn't completely surprise me. But then again, I am biased. I'm a Clemson fan, so.
Yeah. It's like they were just trying to get out of there as soon as possible.
Right, and they wanted to,
Tired of the embarrassment.
they didn't want to talk about the score. They wanted to talk about, the character and everything else that the Clemson's wrongdoings, which
Yeah. So do you have any stories about DJ from high school?
well, he's really talented. He was one of our main football players. He's a tight end. He's super nice. He was just really into football. That's his game. That's his sport, and he liked to win. So he always made it fun for us. as fans, we always cheered him on. But now that I'm on the other side, I can say that I'm happy where I'm at, and
Fan no longer.
he can do what he wants to do, but I don't support it. So.
How did you feel about the timeout as a Clemson fan watching it?
When I looked back at the footage, I could understand how they might have felt a little, okay, why is the game being delayed when we're losing by 42 points? I could understand it, but it was the seniors' day, and it was their last time in Death Valley, and I thought that it was great that Dabo took the time to let the players say goodbye to Clemson and Clemson fans. So.
Need to be honored.
Well, thank you so much for joining
thank
us.
you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
for your
having me.
insight.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Well, another little issue that happened were some Carolina players accusing Clemson players of using racial slurs on the field. Did you hear about that, Mitch?
No, I haven't.
Well, a Clemson player apparently, according to a Carolina player's tweet, was using foul language before the ball was thrown or punted or kicked off. However, he didn't catch the number jersey of this player.
Now, is there anything to back this up at all?
No, and Dabo actually came out and said that this was completely untrue and that this did not happen.
Well, there we go. Another thing to add to the list of South Carolina's issues, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Well, I think that's all today, folks. Thank you for joining us. Again, I'm Elizabeth Gio.
And I'm Mitchell Green.
And thank you for joining us on Clemson News Now.
Good night.